Okay, so let's get going here. So this is a minis futures and how to trade minis futures, big wins in small windows. All right, a little bit different than micros. Okay, so what can you expect? Um, oh, these are micros. Okay, so I'm gonna be showing you how to make consistent returns monthly based on margin capital at risk using micro futures. I'm sorry, mini futures. And hopefully this um, not to get large losses, but make good returns month over month. And that's really the way that we need to do that. Okay. All right. So what exactly are mini futures? And this is what we're going to learn here. How much capital you need to trade mini futures, and why is it not for beginners? Why these trades happen fast, and when to strike, how to use stop losses and trailing stops for maximum control. Right. So with micro futures, with small positions, it's much easier to manage those positions, and a lot of times they can go against you, and there's strategies for managing that. But with mini futures, I like to get in, get out, and move on. Okay, and that's really what I like to do with this strategy. So the setup here, how I identify key moments and to enter and exit. The exact strategy that's been driving my best trading days. Okay, so I've really focused in on a one strategy, and sometimes I can roll it into a strategy that's moving right continuously. But the one that I'm going to share with you is really, you strike in, you get out, and you make money. Okay. All right. So stay with me until the end. I'm going to have a bonus, a good, really nice bonus today, and hopefully you can be there all the way through. Okay. All right. So reason number one: why are you interested in learning new strategies that can take your you know that can take your performance to the next level? Number two, why you're here. You've seen, heard about, read about, and others making money, and then you can do it too. You're just not seeing your account grow fast enough. And number three, you've tried different trading strategies that you thought, okay, this is it, only to discover that it's just not getting you to the place where you want to go. Okay. I've been in that camp for a long time, and I'm not going to be there anymore. So things are going really well. All right. So number one, just a show of hands here. Interested in learning new strategies. Number two, desire to see your account grow. Number three, find the right strategy that provides this the consistent returns that you want to get here. Right? 1, 2, 3. Dan, thanks. Cliff, 3. Okay. Alberto, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 3, 3. Great. All right, you guys are here. Very good. Awesome. All right. So I'm a regular guy. My kids are on the left-hand side. My parents on the right. I needed to get an updated picture there, but that was me in an MBA program. So regular guy. Just wanted to make money, and things worked out. Okay. All right. So let's talk about positioning, right, with yourself, and the right mindset. Okay, so imagine if you would feel like most of the times that the trades were winners month after month, and would be confirmed by watching the size of your account grow at the same time. Number two, becoming a trader that no longer takes large losses, but consistently trades according to a proven trade plan that is profitable over time and allowing you to grow your account month over month. Okay. So, for me, it took me a long time to really bust through the stop loss issues, right? And that's really probably the most important thing that you need to do. Okay, so when a trade is going against you, get out, wait, and it's really a matter of patience. Okay, and so because you get out small and you wait a while and eventually you're going to get that big trade. Okay, and that's what happens. So every book that I've read, every journal, everything, the first thing they say is stick to your stops and move on. Okay, and that's really what you need to do. All right, so profitability factors for this is really you go either up or down, nothing in between. So you're positioning yourself for moving the market down or moving the market up. Okay, and and that's it's basically one or two. Very easy. Okay. All right. So so let's talk about risk management guidelines. Okay. All right. Trade with a plan. That's number one. And define your entry, stop loss, and profit target before each trade. Number two, cap your risk. Make sure that you're trading 1 to 2% of your capital. Okay. Number three, use hard stops and never remove them or take them down. Okay. So that's really important, and it's really helped me quite a bit. Okay. Control your exposure. You want, if you have a $10,000 capital, you want to trade with only 20%. Okay, and that way it allows you to trade over and over and over again. Okay, and what's really important is getting that expertise, and getting and making sure that you're going forward every single day. Okay. Okay, and trend bias is very expensive. As I mentioned, trend bias is very important. So you're either going to you're going to go bullish, or you're going to go bearish. Okay, and those are the two things that you just need to understand, and you have to pick one of them. Right. And I've always said trade small, trade often, especially when you are learning. Okay, so and I would recommend everybody who does not do futures to trade micro futures first and then go into minis. Right. It really helps. All right, so let's talk about the futures. All right, so you have E-mini futures. These are these are ES futures. Okay, the contract multiplier is 50. Minimum tick is 25. The tick value is $12.50, and the intraday margin day trade is $5,000 per contract. Okay, if you trade, you could actually trade with micros. You can actually trade with 100 lot size, and those are really easy to manage, especially if you're just getting $100. Okay, so with with Nasdaq, the contract multiplier is 20, which is a lot lower. The tick is 25, and the tick value is $5. And so the intraday margin for day trading is $2,500 per contract. All right. So let's go down this here. So I originally managed my positions with fibs, and those are really good. Okay, and it's really helpful to understand fibs and the way that it works. Okay, and these, one of the best ways to do this is using the ABCD pattern. Okay, and it's all based on fibs, and once you start doing this, you'll understand, and you'll basically measure where the positions are, but eventually what you actually see it happening, and then you can get in and get out once you get that experience. Okay, so the first thing is you want to understand what your daily chart is and what the setups are. Okay, and the reason is that the market increases. Trading for the market continues to increase as your winning probability. Okay, so identifying the ABCD pattern. Okay, and I'm going to show you here in a minute what that is. It's basically a strong move up, a pullback, and then another move higher. Okay, and that's basically what the ABCD pattern is. That again is working with Fibonacci's. All right, and I'll show you here how these targets work. Okay. Okay. Let's see here. Previous. Oh, okay. 1 second here. There we go. All right. We here? Yes. Okay. So I wanted to show you a pattern here. Okay. And this was recent, very recent. And looking at these positions and what happens. All right. Okay. So now you have a position here that's moving, that's going down now. Okay. And you might look at this and you're saying, okay, this is, it's bearish, right? Well, it's actually not bearish. Okay, so what's happening here is that the market is moving down, and this is exactly the strategy that I use, right? So the market is moving down, okay, and it's green here right now. So it basically makes a stop and it breaks, okay? So what you need to do when you're trading this type of pattern is that you're wanting it to go up, not down. Okay, so the market moved up, but there what happened is it moved down, and so it's not a good it's not a good trade, and you're going to get stopped out for this position. Okay, and that's what happens. You get stopped out. So you're wanting to make sure that if you have this green arrow here, you want to put that stop right under it. Okay, and you can see here that it went up and it went right back down, and so you stop out, and that's what happens. You step out and then you wait. Okay, and this is what I was talking about. So now you have a different opportunity. So you have it here again. Now this is almost exactly the same thing that you do here. Okay, but this time the market went down. Okay, but it didn't go down all the way through, right? So here you want to have that stop loss and you wait. Okay, so now what happened again here? So now the market started to go up, and it started to go up, and it started to go up, and that's exactly what I do. All right, so I wait for that and I just hold it. Okay, and what I do here is I use a what do you call it? A stop, that continues to go up. Okay, it's a rolling stop. And so what I do is I just hold it until that position goes all the way up and it goes right back down and you're out. Okay, so when you have that rolling stop, the market just takes you up, and it keeps taking you up, and takes until you finally get to that exhaustion point where the market starts moving down. And that's exactly what happened here. So that trade is probably 3-4 minutes long. Okay, and you're out of the market, and you've made probably $400 to $500. Okay, for doing this, and this one is probably a little bit higher. Okay, for that, because it generally doesn't go that high. Now you can do it the other way too. Okay, so you have a position here. There was still exhaustion here, and you can move, you can move your position and take it down. Okay, but I really don't like doing that, just because most of the time the market is moving higher. Okay, in this case, the market moved down and actually continued to move down as well, right? But for me, I'm happy to get into the trade and walk away and do something else. Because typically when I put this on, the market is at 9:30. Okay, and that's when I like to trade, right when there's a lot of volatility, and it'll take it'll go one way or the other, right? And you want to get on that train and let it go as much as you possibly can. And with Tradevate, I use an automated approach, to putting those on. Okay, and and using that, allows you to just sit back and let the market go up and continue going up until it finally moves down, and you get a nice big profit. Okay, so that's really what I like to do. All right, so let's look at the trade entry and management. Okay, again, we use the 38, to 23 Fibonacci's, right? And let me show you visualize that way. Okay, so basically what we did before was basically the same thing, only the market went down, the market went down, up, and it kept going up, and then it stopped. Okay, and then what you're doing here is you're letting it go down again, not allowing it to take this out. So you want to have that stop here, right? And here is when that retracement is, where you go from basically from 0 to 23, and you want to get into that position right around here. Okay, this is where I like to get it. A lot of traders will wait to get them to the 38, but in this case, I like to do it at that level. I have a small stop here, and in this case, the market went up, it went down a little bit, and then it kept going up. Okay, and I probably, on this position, it's been a while. Okay, I would let the market go up and just, and clear it and leave it here and goodbye. Okay, and that would be my trade of the day, right? All right, so doing it with minis, right? Doing it with minis, you're going to get $400 to $500, with two contracts basically, and this happens during the day all the time. Okay, so if you look at these patterns going up and down like this, right, you can get in, get that strategy there, and wait for it to give you back that money, and the market, takes off, right? Sometimes it doesn't, and again, you want to have that stop when that happens. All right, there's other ways of trading these as well. This is called the initial balance, and typically you want, the initial balance is between 9:30 to 10:30. So everywhere, as the market moves up and down, right, you want to wait until you want to wait for an hour, and then it basically slows down. Okay, and it'll give you a place to trade. But again, for me, if I see this signal like this, okay, here, I'll run it up through here and then take my profits here. Okay, and then I'll be done. All right, so here now, this is the same IB trade, right? Between 9:30 and 10:30, and so you can see here that the market pushed it up higher, and eventually there was some resistance here, and then it started going down, and here's where you want to take that trade and take it down to this level here. All right, false breakout, goes down, and you get out in this area here, and you see here once it goes down here, it'll pop right back up, and that happens all the time. And I'm sure with you guys, with your trading, I'm guaranteeing that you've seen this pattern over and over and over again. Okay, and you want to get that grained in your mind. Okay, keep in mind, I'm gonna be sharing. I'm gonna be for those of you who have questions. I'm gonna be answering your questions at the end. Okay. All right. So in this case here, we have that area here where the market went down. So again, we're looking basically at a strategy here that's very similar that we just looked at. Okay, and that's what I'm saying. This thing happens over and over and over again. All right, so let's go through this. Okay, now the market, we have a bottom. After that, we have a failed test here, right? So if you're trading this, you're gonna get stopped out. Okay, and that's what's gonna happen. Or if you want, you can just wait until you feel like, okay, this is the bottom. Okay, and in this case here, this is the 1030 mark, and this is the 930 mark, and this is the 1030 mark. Okay, so here this is where the 1 hour area starts. Okay, so now we get a failed test, and it's a bottom. There's a bottom again, and now again we have a test fail again. And so if you're just waiting and looking for that positioning, that's where the fibs help you as well. Okay. So now it tested and failed, bottom again, and now this time we had another test fail again, and from there on, what happened was, you see the market going up and went back down, but it didn't go down to this lower level, right? And when you feel confident here, where there's a break, and the market starts moving up, then that's where you put your your stop in. Okay. All right. So from here we have that bottom. It didn't go down, and then the market started going up again, and basically it's a reversal. Okay. So here it is on the 5-minute chart. It went down, and then it started going up. Okay. All right. So and while the market was moving lower, okay, there's another and this is with I forgot the the indicator, but anyway, it's basically divergent. Okay, and so when the market's moving lower and the market's going and this position is going up, then it's basically divergence, and it's just another way of getting confident that you're going to be able to move forward, okay, on that trade. All right, again, this is another way of looking at it. So you want to continue going up until there's a steady show of higher lows and then higher highs. Okay. And once you get up here and the market starts to go down, that's where you get out. Pretty simple to see, but when you're not experienced with that, and seeing the patterns, it's really important to have screen time so that you can understand what happens in the market and it just these patterns just happen over and over and over again. So here's another ABCD pattern here. It's a little bit different, but it is an ABCD pattern. So what you're doing here is you're going A to B, C to D. And so typically the A to B and C to D are typically the same amount of time, okay, or distance in this. And when you're going to get into this position here, this is where you want to get in, and the market typically just moves higher, and that's where you get your targeted. Okay. Okay. Here's another way of looking at it. You have a low here and a little bit higher here, and that's where you want to get in. Where you have that market, it goes down, it doesn't break, it continues going up. Again, this is a very similar pattern that I use, and it works really well. Okay, so with that, this is what I use. I use Tradevate, and it's a great tool to use. And so this was a trade. This is one of the trades that I made, 512, and this was to the end of the day, and I made $1,400 with a $10,000 account. Okay. Let me see here, and then Tradevate gives you all of the trades that you make during the day, and you can see where where all those trades are. Okay, so typically this is from the morning, 9:42, and so I put in a few trades here and made some money, lost some money, and then you can see here where towards the end of the day I made some money as well. Okay, so the best times are typically the morning from 10:30, from 9:30 to basically 10:30. Sometimes I'll go a little bit lower, more, and then sometimes I'll go at the end of the day where we have volatility, and that's where you can make some money as well. All right, so these are the trades that I've made that I was making in Tradevate, and I'm waiting for Tradevate to give me my LLC, so that I can keep trading again. But the trading is the same. Okay. So that was one day here. This is 512, 513. Got a loss here. Okay. 2,600, and then we had at 14. I had 1,400. 19, 17, and I've made money in between those positions there, so trading every day basically. And so with the market went up a little bit, and so I was at around 15,000, and so this is one trading day was $4,400. Okay. And then on 6/2 made $5,400, and then the highest I've gone is $8,000 during that period. So you can make a ton of money with minis as long as you position those trades correctly and keep those consistent patterns over and over again, and they they just don't fail. I mean, they don't fail as long as you have that positioning, and trade small, especially if you're learning. Okay, and I'd advise you to use micro futures, and you'll get the same results. Okay, eventually. All right. So you got to get out of the, you got to be disciplined in what you're doing, and you can make a lot of money. And most traders, that start out with different ways, different strategies, most of these guys end up trading futures. Okay. And the reason is because there's so much leverage, and it's so easy to get that you can make a ton of money on doing that. And and that's where I'm really focusing my energy on, for the rest of my trading career. Okay. All right. So with that, I said, there was going to be a bonus here. RSI. Thanks, guys. So there's a bonus here that for you guys. All right. So would you like to follow our trades and learn the short-term strategies that we've outlined here? Now, I want to say a couple of things too. I'm creating an auto trade process, and we use it now for options. That we automate the trades. It comes out of my account, and it's going to be the same way with Tradeovate, from what I understand. Okay, and we're working through that. So we're gonna get those signals in very, very quickly, and because before I would just mark it, and write it in, and it just takes a long time. Especially with minis, you wanna go fast. All right, so of course you would do this, and especially if you're working with someone that eventually you're going to make money. Okay. So we talked about interested in learning new strategies, desire to see your account grow month after month, and find the strategy that gives you consistent results. This is one of the areas that really can do this. Now, on the other hand, if you're not taking stops, and you're not being disciplined, you're going to lose money. I promise you, because I've done it before. Okay, but you've got to be disciplined and just take one or two strategies and and do that over and over and over again, and that's really how you get very good. So, are you going to keep doing what you're doing and hope that one day it'll stick, or are you going to finally take the steps that you take to take the place of wanting that it will work? Okay. So you have to have a no quit attitude, commitment, discipline, and having an edge. Okay. And that's really where you get success on this, right? So we have a trade alert service. I'm getting, I'm not, I've done micros before in our trade alert service, but I'm getting ready to do micros now, or minis now, with this, and making sure that you guys, can adapt those signals, right? Because they're going to come in fast, and this time it's, it should work really, really well. And so we're working on that now. And in 20 days, actually, we're going to be opening up the service again. And we do this every 3 months. We open the service every 3 months, and you want to get into the wait list. There's no penalty to, there's no money to do that. I mean, you can get free a wait list on there, and then you can decide whether you want to come into the trade alert service or not. I am hoping within 20 days we have all this this figured out, but we'll see. Okay. All right. So we do have live chats here. We have great traders that we've brought in, for many years. So there's a live chat, and there's places to ask questions, understand what to do, and there's a lot of folks with our group that do that, and they share their trades as well, and that we do have live traders that do that, and they love being in the service here. Okay, we also have um, the signals, and these signals are very, very clear. There's no discussion around it. They appear when the position is in, and we take it. Okay. All right. So we have a great success stories all over the place. You can see these. Uh, when you're out there, okay? And we do have a guarantee that if you subscribe for 1 month and lose money by following our trades, we'll refund your subscription by 125%, okay? Let's see here. We also have reduced our trading prices, and so we have a free alerts, okay, that we give in our subscription. So let me give you the let's see here. Let me give you the offer. I want to make sure I have it active. Waitlist, is that it? Publish. Okay. Hopefully you can see that now. I hope. Okay. And so the subscription is from 79 to 199. So it's 79, 109, 99. Okay. So from 79 monthlies, 0 DTE, 7 DTE. Full-time trader, we have 109. These are future alerts for one trader. This is for me. And then we have another trader that does 199 and very aggressive trading with Michael, okay, as well. And so, you pick the way that you want to do it. Michael's an extremely good trader. His performance, I've never seen anybody with any performance like his. It's just amazing. Okay, so that's what we have. So is this for you? If you want to learn step-by-step process to gain income in market going up and down, you want to finally break those losses and account drains, this is it. Okay, this is really for you. So $20 off. We give you $20 off. We're lowering the price on this as well, for you guys. And you'll get $20 off for life if you subscribe from your waitlist. And again, in 20 days, you'll be able to join the waitlist. It's free, and you can decide on what to do. Okay, if you want to stay with us or not. Okay, no obligation. Professional traders chat group, and we have subscribers trade chat group. Again, these guys trade for a living, and they have their own strategies, and these guys get in and get out, and they do very, very well, and because they've been doing it for a very long time. Okay, we have training and education filled with great content, automated signals within seconds of the trade. Well, not seconds. It's like 30 seconds. Trade entry fill price, profit target after fill, adjustments if needed as well, and my guarantee that you will make money on this thing. Okay. All right. So with that, let me see what questions you guys may have. Let's see here. Going up. Hopefully you saw my slides. If not, we're going to give a replay on this as well. Okay. Let's see. The slides weren't showing. They're still not showing. Okay. Oh, the time charts mostly for 1 minute and 1 minute, 5 minute, and 1 hour charts that I use. Do you have a micro futures webinar? Yes, I do have a micro futures webinar uh, in YouTube, and it's simple option strategies, and you'll be able to find them. Okay. Is this being recorded? Yes, it is. What about volume? Oh, volume. Mm, can you elaborate a little bit on that? Are you talking about volume in the market? Uh, so if it's that, okay, yeah, I don't really look at volume just because futures are very, very liquid, and so I mostly use price instead of volume. Do you trade options on futures? I don't do options on futures anymore just because we are, you know, focusing on certain trades and the ones that make really good money. And thanks to Rayma for RSI. Forgot about that. Let me see. Could you please show live charts? Not at the moment, right now, just because we're in a webinar. But I trade every day. Let's see. Can I still be profitable if I can only trade first hour of the market? Absolutely. So first hour of the market is when I love to trade, the best time. Zero DTE alerts for SPX. Yes, we do those every single day. How do I access trading lessons? Okay, there's once you join, there's content in there, and we need to look through that though as well. So there's a lot of content in there, and we need to update those as well. Let's see, is it appropriate for prop trading? I've heard about that, but I really haven't gotten into that. But I've heard that people do that with prop trading. All right. Anything else? Any questions? Anything that you don't know anything about, or you haven't heard? Just let me know. If you do, remind yourself. You can get me at 0DT. I'm sorry, at Al at 7 Al at Simple Option Strategies, and you can email me. Okay. Yeah, there is a lot of work in Fibonacci. If you go to my YouTube channel, I do use a lot of Fibonacci information. Position trading versus day trading. Position trading is good for micros. Day trading is good for minis. From what I've done. When can we join the group? 20 days from now, which is 20 days from now. So we're at let me see, 7:15. So in 20 days that you'll be able to go. Okay. And the session is recorded. All right, guys. Well, thanks. I appreciate you hanging around. Hopefully this was of value to you. And if you have any questions at all, just let me know, and we'll see you soon. All right. All right. Take care and have a great day.